I call the honourable member Tim McIndoe.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Could I begin by acknowledging the contribution that we had from Richard Prosser as he outlined his party's understanding of the need for this bill. We acknowledge that they have some concerns and they'll be worked through, but I want to thank the New Zealand First Caucus for their indication of support for an important piece of legislation. And I want to just turn briefly to some of the comments of the member for Mount Roskill, who made much of the idea that the government hasn't outlined its case for this bill. Well, I can only assume that he wasn't in the House at the time that the Minister spoke in considerable detail as she outlined exactly what the reasons for the bill were, and she made it very clear that this is a bill whose time has come because technology is changing so rapidly, and it would be totally inappropriate to bury our heads in the sand and to say the law doesn't need to change when New Zealand's telco infrastructure has to be able to remain secure in an increasingly online world. It's about ensuring that telco network security law reflects the realities of our modern telco infrastructure, which is constantly changing at a baffling speed. Our current legislation relating to interception obligations was put in place when there were only a few major vertically integrated network operators. So much has changed since then. That is no longer the case. Therefore, times have changed, the technology has changed, the law must change to reflect contemporary needs and challenges.
I understand this is a split call.
Call, 5-minute call, Mr.
5-minute call. I call the Honourable David Cunliffe, and I'll give the member a ballot for.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, in this